Hey guys, Dave Newton here. Well, it looks like this working from home situation isn't going to go away anytime soon. So if you've not done so already, now might be the perfect time for you to upskill and improve the quality of your video conferencing. Fortunately, Canon have come to the rescue. Canon have launched the EOS Webcam Utility software, and it's available for both PC and for Mac, although at the moment be aware that the Mac version is beta. The final version will be coming in the next month or two. This allows you to use any of your recent Canon DSLR or mirrorless cameras, be they EOS R or some of the smaller EOS M range, as your webcam. And the advantage of this should be clear. Obviously, you get the chance to use any of your lenses as well. That gives you the opportunity to frame out the clutter behind you, to get a shallow depth of field, and to be able to concentrate the attention on you giving your presentation. So how do you do it? Well, there are 3 steps. Firstly, you've got to get the software and install it. Secondly, you need to connect your camera to your computer using a USB cable. And thirdly, you need to enable EOS Webcam Utility in whichever conferencing software you want to be using. So step 1, check that your camera is compatible. The list of compatible cameras is extensive. Pretty much anything from the last couple of years will be provided, but this handy list here should tell you everything that works. If your camera is on this list, you're good to go. Next up, you're going to need a USB cable. Now, depending on what camera you've got, that might be a micro USB, it might be mini USB, or it might be USB-C. Any one of those will work. It'll just depend on which one fits into your camera. Take that cable, connect one end to your camera and the other end to your computer. And the final step, step number 3, is to go into the software that you wish to use for your video conferencing and select the EOS Webcam Utility option as your camera input. Now, where you select this will depend exactly on the software you're using, but most of them will give you the option to choose your video source. Once you've got that selected, you're good to go. Now, all of this has been recorded using my EOS R with a 35mm lens. Now, if we compare this view to the view that you get from the webcam built into my computer, we can see that the webcam really doesn't have anything in the way of the same quality. It's a much wider field of view for a start, which really isn't very flattering for me, and it shows you much more of what's going on behind me. You're probably already distracted by the plants over this shoulder, and you're wondering what the TV is over this shoulder. Not to mention the fact that I've got light behind me, and that means I've got no real control over the exposure either. If that light behind was any brighter, I'd run the severe risk of being heavily backlit and hence having a silhouette. When we come back to my DSLR though, you can see I've got a much nicer view, and because it's a DSLR or mirrorless camera, I've got complete control over the exposure as well. So I can make sure that the camera is not going to get confused by a bright background, I'm not going to be underexposed, and overall it's going to look a lot more professional. So if you've not tried the EOS Webcam Utility software yet, I recommend you give it a go. Get yourself over to the Canon website, look for the support pages and find the download. Connect your camera to your computer and enjoy a much clearer video conferencing capability.